Welcome to Reframing the Membrane, Crossing Boundaries, where we advocate for actionable solutions for improving overall mental health and wellness by examining the challenges and resources affecting people and access to care. Each episode takes listeners through lived experiences and evidence-based research, providing practical strategies to build resilience and advocate for mind, body, and spirit well-being. Thank you for joining us as we engage with the community, health professionals, advocates, and individuals sharing their experiences. Before we get started, the content of this production may be emotionally challenging. The production will aim to inform you in advance when potentially activating material will be filmed or discussed. Let's get started.
Hello and welcome. I'm your host, Kapri, here to guide you through managing election stress, a topic that's been on everyone's mind as we navigate this intense season. The high stakes and the constant news updates can feel overwhelming. In this bonus episode, we'll explore why election stress is at an all-time high, how support services are stepping up to help and share quick mindfulness and relaxation techniques to help you get and stay grounded. Let's dive in. Recent surveys like those from the American Psychological Association indicate that nearly 70% of U.S. adults find the election a significant source of stress. This concern crosses political lines, with many fearing that the election's outcome could lead to substantial changes in freedoms, rights, and even the very fabric of our democracy. The heightened divisive rhetoric and polarized public discourse amplifies these worries, translating into physical symptoms, emotional distress, and strained relationships. This year's election brings unique elements to the anxiety mix, from fears about personal rights to concerns over national stability. These fears aren't just abstract, they manifest in our daily lives, affecting how we feel and interact with others. But as challenging as this period may be, there are tools and resources available to help navigate through it. Organizations like Crisis Text Line and the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline have recognized this surge in election-related stress and are prepared to support those in need. These organizations provide invaluable resources, connecting individuals with trained volunteers and professionals who offer support through active listening and effective coping strategies. Active listening is actually a very powerful approach to use. It focuses on acknowledging and validating feelings, which helps individuals reconnect with their own coping mechanisms. These centers also prioritize self-care for their staff, ensuring that counselors are well supported as they assist others during stressful times. You can also text us at the show. Details are in the show notes. If you just need to chat or you just want to say hi, let listeners know how you're doing and how you're managing any stress.
Are you ready to make a difference in your community? In our Speak Out Advocacy series, we're here to empower you to use your voice for change. Whether improving access to mental health care, reducing stigma, or shaping important social policies, this series provides the tools to create a lasting impact. If advocating for better care, breaking down barriers, or transforming mental health services speaks to your heart, this is the perfect space to learn and take action. Do you have a topic you're passionate about or need support advocating for yourself or others? We'd love to hear from you. Text the show to share your thoughts. Just check the details in the show notes. Together, let's build a community that fosters change. Keep enjoying Reframing the Membrane.
Managing stress related to elections does not have to require disengagement. In fact, engaging in constructive activities can offer relief and a feeling of empowerment. There are several psychologically backed strategies to help you maintain balance during this period. Check the show notes for a few resources and additional readings that may help you cope during this time. One suggestion, which I've been practicing today, is limiting news consumption. The constant news cycle can be toxic, particularly when it highlights divisive issues. Establish limits on media exposure by designating specific times for news updates, and be cautious of the doom scrolling on social media. This approach can help to keep you informed without being overwhelmed. You can also focus on your sphere of control. Taking part in positive activities fosters a sense of agency. You might join community projects, volunteer for a cause you're passionate about, or engage in thoughtful discussions with others. Being actively involved can mitigate feelings of helplessness and build resistance, and it's very important to prioritize self-care every day. Keep routines that enhance your well-being top of mind. This might include regular physical activity, a nutritious diet, or just getting enough sleep. Consider adding mindfulness practices like meditation or journaling to manage stress effectively and stay grounded. You might also seek support in community by building connections with individuals who share your values, providing solace and insight. If conflicts arise with loved ones who hold different opinions, strive to understand their viewpoints instead of attempting to change their minds. Remember that relationships are complex and can endure differing perspectives. And if necessary, take advantage of the crisis resources available. If stress becomes too much to handle, don't hesitate to seek professional help. Again, the resources like the crisis text line, you can text election, the word election, to 741-741 or the 988 Lifeline. They're all available to support you in navigating intense emotions. Check the show notes for details. It's completely normal to feel pressured, but we don't need to face this anxiety by ourselves. Research in psychology indicates that taking positive actions and nurturing social ties can alleviate the adverse effects of political stress. Despite disagreements, adopting an open mindset to understand varying viewpoints can lessen the emotional burden during this period. Notably, recent research revealed that 80% of Americans see value in listening to opposing opinions, offering a hopeful perspective for maintaining civility and connection in challenging times. Let's incorporate some mindfulness and relaxation techniques that can help to manage stress.
If you're able, begin by sitting or lying down comfortably. Focus on one muscle group at a time, starting with your feet. Tense the muscles for 5 to 10 seconds, then release. Move up the body, repeating this process for each muscle group. Notice how your body feels afterward and observe any changes in relaxation or tension. Now, let's try a quick breathing exercise. You may already be familiar with the 4-7-8 technique, but if this is new for you, keep your mouth closed and breathe in through your nose while counting to 4. Hold your breath for 7 seconds. Then now slowly exhale through the mouth for 8 seconds. Repeat once more. Try these quick exercises over the next week and let me know how you're doing. Find these exercises in the show notes. Now, let's continue our discussion.
Now, before we go, if the breathing exercises don't work well for you, you may also try a grounding technique that we refer to as the 5-4-3-2-1. With this technique, you want to ground yourself in the present by using your senses. Acknowledge 5 things you can see, 4 things you can touch, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste. This technique brings you back to here and now, away from anxious thoughts. So keep these techniques in mind as we continue through this season. And until next time, take care.